welcome to another episode of Mindful Conversations. We have Aysha here with us today.
Hello.
So do you want to introduce yourself, Aysha, and tell us a little bit more about what you do creatively?
So I'm a visual artist and I like to create in traditional mixed media such as gouache, acrylics, and watercolors. But I like to explore themes of healing, mental health, and just looking into complex relationships with ourselves and like interpreting our inner world and trying to connect with the reality or the real world with color patterns and nature. Yeah.
Oh, that's really interesting. So I've seen your art and it's like very good, very like mesmerizing, lots
Oh,
of
thank
different
you.
colors, very vivid. Yeah, I think it's awesome. But tell me a bit more about your journey with art. When did you start drawing?
When have I not been creating? That's the main
Okay.
question. Because like from a young child, I've always been creating in different mediums and forms. But I think over time, I was a very shy and quiet kid, so I just created in my own little world and be like, okay, I can. I felt like a safe space to just to express and create and find my own little world in that. And then since then, I feel like I've noticed when I create, my voice is the strongest. Like I'm able to express myself easier than talking about it in real life. And then from there, I just let it go and just literally run with the reins through all my different stages of my life. And this is where I am right now. So yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice. No, I think that's really beautiful. That you've always kind of been creating. I think that's really nice. What started, because you do exhibitions and stuff now, right?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
What started that process off?
So for shows and exhibitions, that started when I was in university a long time ago, and I was doing illustration in University of Westminster for a bit, and they were like, "Okay, your work has potential to be in museums and galleries," and they pushed me, be like, "Okay, you can do some of the group shows with us." And then from there, it just trickled on. I knew people, and then went on, and then I had my work in a museum, and then on to different galleries around London. So I'm very grateful
Oh,
for that. Like it went that way. So yeah.
that's amazing. We went to the same uni.
We did?
Yeah, I went to Westminster. I studied psychology.
Did you? Which
Yeah,
campus?
Cavendish.
Oh, I was in Harrow.
Yeah, Harrow's the arts campus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's so
What a small
interesting.
world.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but that's so interesting. So like, your lecturers must have seen potential in you.
Yeah.
Um, what do you kind of like in terms of your process? Like how because your work is so intricate. How do you figure that all out? Like,
It's all very, very intuitive.
okay.
I usually I'm a very visual person, so sometimes I might have an idea and I tinker about it and I can visually just see it and then be like, okay, how can I bring it to reality? What visual information do I need to grab from myself, from personal experience, and and things around me, like in reality, like what aligns with it well, and literally just going through the process of just evolving, having that idea, let it go, and then trust that process, and then hopefully at the end of it all, I'll make a masterpiece out of it.
Mhm.
That's how it usually goes with me. So yeah, that's it's not every painting's the same. Each one can be a bit of a different journey, but it's like it's like raising a child with paintings. You
Mm.
need to understand like, okay, you have an idea, but the end result might be different, but it'd be similar enough to be able to communicate what your idea or dream you want to tell the world in that sense. Yeah.
I really like that. I like that analogy of like every painting is different and it's like raising a child. I think that's interesting. Like, because I think of that sometimes with my creative pieces of work, like they're like my little babies that I like put out into the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's really interesting. But do you have like a process, or do you flow state when you draw or when you paint?
At flow state.
When you flow state.
I mean, like, because I've done it for so long since a young age, it's like it comes naturally, like it's like second nature to me. Like I'll sit down, zone out, doodle, and just like create everything, and then whatever idea I'm really really drawn to, or the idea is very strong, I'll just like pick that seed, plant it in, and nurture it out until it blossoms into a beautiful painting. I would usually do that. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Where was the first museum or gallery where your art was displayed?
Oh, this is so long ago. um, Definitely when I was in uni. I think it was in my first year of uni with University of Westminster at one of their galleries on campus.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I felt like, whoa, this feels legit. Like, not only the tutors and students were there, but potential people coming and seeing. And it was rewarding because I'm so used to just working in my bedroom or in the studio or hunkering it down. And then it's a different feeling and experience when you see your work on display professionally and then getting different insightful feedback and how people can resonate with it. Because as artists, we have one interpretation of how we felt and how we created something, but another person might see it and be like, I can see that, but I also feel it in another way. Like you're connecting two worlds through one painting and different
Mm.
views and seeing how it blossoms really. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah, that's really interesting because art is so like subjective. Anyone like looking from their lens, from their
Yeah.
mind, will say something different in the art. So I think that's a really interesting process, especially to like be there and hear people's feedback around your work. You might have gone through something very different when creating it.
Yeah.
Have you ever found that someone has picked up your emotions whilst creating your work?
Definitely. I'm a
Really? That's
very
so
emotional person
interesting.
without realizing. Like you can tell in a painting when what the artist has created. Like you can tell, like one of the greatest artists, like Van Gogh, you can tell what they're feeling through the brushstrokes or the texture or like the color that what they go through.
Mm.
It's very expressive, and I'm like, I think all artists do that without realizing, but we do it and interpret it in different ways. And
Mm.
it's like, how much will the viewer see that and resonate with it?
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Um, do you do you ever feel like did you ever feel like nervous with your work being displayed?
Absolutely. Because it's such a vulnerable area, like, because
Mm.
it's because I'm exposing myself that I'm so used to just creating and expressing for myself from a young age. It took a lot of courage to be like, okay, here's what I created, here's my voice, and this is what I want to tell to the world. And like, being okay being like everyone will have a different interpretation, and and the main thing is I just hope if people see my work they'll see inspiration or healing or insight. Like, okay, it might be something a pretty painting, but when you look deeper you're like, whoa, there's so much more meaning behind it, that that like the artist has gone through trying to tell us her story in hope to resonate with our story
Mhm.
by seeing the piece. So yeah.
Yeah. I think it was going back to what you were saying earlier about an artist's emotions coming out in their work through the brush strokes and the colours, and
Yeah.
I think that's super interesting. Like, I'm trying to think of like how we can pick up on that as people that are like, so I'm rubbish at drawing. Like I'm like my art form is like usually poetry or singing or acting. So
That's still an art form.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
It's just a different
But it's a
media.
different media, yeah. But in terms of like when I see art, like I love galleries and I love going to see art.
Yeah.
And I find like especially stuff that is like abstract is so interesting, and I don't know, like I see more emotion in like naturalistic
Yeah.
paintings, whereas like with abstract paintings and artwork,
Yeah.
I find it hard to gauge what the artist was feeling when making it.
Right.
But now you've spoken to me about like brush strokes and like colours and stuff like that, I'm gonna be looking out for that now.
Yeah. And also look
Yeah.
at the patterns, like the way, like why did they paint a brushstroke one way or added textures another? And like maybe because I'm actually a deep person, I'll be like, okay, what did the artist think through that process whilst creating it? Like, what was
Mm.
like, how did they intend to make the piece in the process? Or sometimes some artists will be like, okay, I'm just gonna go with it, see and flow, and hopefully create a masterpiece in the end.
Mm.
Really. So
Mm.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I think it all depends on how the artist creates work.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
some artists take a long time for completing a painting, like weeks, months, even years, some do. But others would be like, okay, I'm just going to be impulsive. I'm just going to create, and if it comes out, I'll just nurture it and make something new,
Mhm.
right, along the way. Yeah.
Have you ever found any like challenges when exhibiting your work or getting yourself out there?
Yes, I definitely felt a lot of creative resistances for sure. I think it's more down to putting myself out there, not my artwork, but myself personally, like overcoming my fears and anxiety of just showing my work, talking to people, especially like social anxiety, and just like having the courage to step out my comfort zone so that I can align with my dreams, and knowing that this is what I want, and that the fact that my dreams are more a bigger value than my fears. Like, which one do I
Oh,
want more? Your
I
dreams.
like that a lot.
Yeah,
Your dreams are a bigger value than your fears.
yeah,
Yeah, no, that's a really good saying.
definitely. It
Yeah.
helped me a lot because like all these years I was always scared and anxious and afraid. But once you realize, or if you have dreams, just to make it big enough that your fears to be like, okay, this is what I want, and it will just override that emotion. Well, it did
Mhm.
for me in the process of it, at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Nice.
Mm.
Um, what was your like? What's an exhibition that you've been to that has stood out the most to you? That you've been to and your art has been displayed. That the reactions or just the being there, the presence, the moment.
Yeah.
What one do you look back on and think, oh, that was a really good day?
Uh, you mean me going to exhibitions or my artwork? You
Your
mean?
artwork, yeah.
That's interesting because like each time I exhibit, I have an different perspective, and each one is insightful. But the one that fully resonated with me was, I think there's two. The one that just passed, I had a group show in Mayfair last month, and it was about identity and how the artist just relates their identity to their craft and how the audience interpreted it, which very it was very insightful because the pieces I showed were very vulnerable because it talks about healing, um, like a lot of things like how we hurt ourselves physically or mentally, but finding a way, knowing that you have the possibility to heal and just blossom, and like hearing the stories that people gave, and like how much they've gone through the struggles, and then seeing how much they're triumphant through the journey that they felt. I really felt that because it's like, wow, you gave me a moment to be like, to share your story with me, and the fact that you felt that through my painting, it felt like a deep privilege of mine to hear.
Yeah.
So I've definitely that one. And the second one was a couple of years ago. I did a group show with an art collective with the Mind charity,
Mhm.
and we were just spreading awareness about mental health. And I liked the process of it more. Like, all the artists came, the charity came, and like we all helped each other out to create the gallery in this patio. And it's like, I enjoyed it because it's like everyone's coming together, because mental health meant so much to us and everything. Just spreading awareness, like a lot of artists were so passionate about it, and you could see it in their works, and just be like, I think it aligns with another value of mine, that mental health is such a big thing,
Mhm.
and with art and showing it and just raising awareness, that show definitely meant a lot to me as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's really big to me as well. So I'm trying to bring people together that have a personal struggle with mental health that heal through creation.
yeah,
So that really resonates with me, and I think that's really beautiful that you had like an exhibition with a charity, and then that you all got involved, like setting up the gallery. I think that's really interesting.
yeah,
Um, but how do you how do you navigate um art, like your art pieces with mental health themes? Because a lot of it is like, the ones that I've seen anyway are like floral patterns, and
yeah.
I'm trying to like, I think, do you have other art pieces, or do you, like, are the mental health themes within that,
Hmm.
like within the patterns, within the geometry of it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically, yeah. Yeah, I definitely put the seeds of mental health through the patterns, through the flowers, because like flowers may represent life. So like with mental health, if you nurture it, if you love it, then whatever that's hurting you will bloom into the flowers that you need to rise up and be your authentic creative self. And in some way, I with the flowers, definitely look into the themes of life and death, because life, like flowers, are very vulnerable, but they're very beautiful, but very short lived. And it's just like a reminder that life is short, and like remember, some things can be really beautiful, but in a painting, you can capture it in a moment that can last for a very long time.
Mm,
So yeah.
yeah. I think like, also, do you like, there's also, in terms of like floral patterns and nature and stuff, there's like a life cycle.
Yeah.
So do you kind of like bring that out in your work as well?
That depends on my that depends on my mood. So
Mm.
if I'm not in, because I go through really long, like very high and low moods quite a lot, quite frequently. Um, I think I think art has been the stable thing that kept me stable through those moods. Whatever mood I'm in, I would just express it, whether it's really dark or if it's very euphoric in the moment, and just be like, okay, how do I take that emotion and translate it into a painting, and be like, what emotion I'm feeling right now that I want to just paint on.
Mhm.
And usually it's raw, but I feel like those paintings are more authentic because that's who I am.
Mhm.
It's like I think everyone goes through a lot of different emotions, complex emotions. Sometimes we might not even understand deeply until we process it or create and think, oh, okay, this is what I'm actually going through right now. And be like, and recognizing what emotion that is, and be like, and accepting it, and just be like, and then release it. Because
Mm.
for a very long time, I struggled with emotional dysregulation. And I think through art, it helped me analyze and see what emotion I'm going through, and then interpreting that through paintings. And it just helped me align to be my actual self in the process.
Yeah. So do you feel like art has kind of self-actualized you?
Yes, definitely. It
Yeah.
helped me a lot. When I was young age, sometimes it was just my lifeline that kept me
Mm.
going,
Mm.
and from that I'm just grateful because it led me so far. and I'm
Mm.
just curious of what's next and how my creative journey is gonna blossom and see.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Have your family been to your shows?
My mum is have been to all of them. She's my cheerleader. She goes to
Oh,
most of them as much as she can. Bless her. Like if you've been to my exhibition shows, you'll see my mum's there somewhere.
oh,
But yeah, I'm in a fortunate position that my family are supportive, and I'm the first South Asian creative to do this full time in my family.
oh wow.
So I'm like, they want to support me, but they don't know how to because it's so unfamiliar to them. But the fact that they'll trust me and be like, okay, and they can see the potential because they see how much I create, and like, where they need to go somewhere, right? So, but like, yeah, I'm really grateful for that because they see like this is what she loves doing and let her just create and like it makes her happy. Then yeah, we're happy
Mm-hmm.
too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's so lovely.
How about
Big
you?
up, mum.
Yeah.
No, my mum usually, so she came to my first business event.
Yeah.
Um, when I was younger, I used to do like theatre shows and acting and theatre and stuff and singing for charity, and she used to come to all my shows.
Aww.
So yeah, yeah, she's supportive like that, but she wanted me to have like a career, so I also have a day job now. Like I don't do creativity just full time,
Mm.
which is what I want to eventually do.
Yeah.
Um,
You'll get there. I know you will.
yeah, yeah. It's a journey. It's like how it's like thinking about how you can actually make it work as well.
Yeah.
Like London's very expensive, and having like a 9 to 5 can keep you in a kind of sense of stability.
Yeah.
But I've always had that drive to do something more and different.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I can understand because thankfully I don't live in London because I can imagine the struggles of just keeping up with your living expenses and surviving, and then you want to thrive as an artist just to create what you want.
Mhm.
I don't know how you guys do it. Like you just balancing all of it at once. That's very interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Whereabouts are you then based?
I'm based in Bedfordshire.
Okay. Okay.
So, but I would say London's my second home because I'm here so often, and like my work, some of my friends are here, so I'm here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
Usually here.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of your healing through creation, is there any kind of like moment where you feel that your art has saved you in a sense? And can you describe that?
Art has saved me multiple times in different areas and different stages of my life, for sure. Sometimes I was so heavily dependent on it, and it kept me going. Other times it made me realize you need life experience to fuel the art to create. I think because naturally when I was younger I was a very shy and not so confident girl. Like I didn't know what I wear and where I want to be in this world. But I think art gave me the opportunity to realize my purpose more, that I wanted to create and inspire and be like, this is what I am. I might not be confident with myself, but I am confident in my art.
Mhm.
So it gave me the confidence to be someone that a girl can be an artist. Like I can be an artist and create and just make my own path in the world with it, and then literally holding its hand and growing together and just seeing how to thrive in the process.
Mhm.
So usually, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. And you said it helped you with like emotionally regulating and
Yeah.
stuff like that as well, which is good.
Yeah. I literally in my bedroom studio from when I was really young, probably I don't know, 8. My mom has like my like children have doodles when they're younger.
Mm.
My mom has those, but like from I don't know 8 9 years old, I have sketchbooks since then until now.
Oh
And you just
wow.
see the process of where I've gone through, what paintings I created. Like, I could just go to one painting and be like, oh, that's what I went through that time, or what I felt just through that image at that time. Like a
Wow.
literal diary of sketchbooks that I have all the.
So it's like a journal. It's
Yeah,
like you live your life through your art.
yeah,
That's so interesting.
yeah.
That's so interesting. Would you ever exhibition your paintings from when you were 8?
I don't know.
That would be really interesting though.
That would like showing how like
Your
how we
evolution.
revolved. Yeah,
Yeah.
but most of them were like really like fictional characters,
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like in my own fairy tale worlds, and just like different creatures and such in between. I
Yeah.
think it would be, but yeah, cringy when I look back at it. But that was how I was when I was a little child.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's nice that you've carried that talent all throughout your life and it's healed you
yeah,
and it's brought you into spaces with people like that can really appreciate your work and your efforts, and I think that's really beautiful.
definitely. And it also helped me find people that are like-minded, like who has the same understanding of why I create in a way. And it made, I think, these last few years, especially after COVID, I realized the importance of having people like-minded around you, because it
Yeah.
sometimes when we create individually, it's a very one person creating motion most of the time. But seeing that the fact that there's potential to like, okay, bring unity, bring other people in, make an idea or a story, and make something bigger than just ourselves. And I find that really beautiful. Like the fact that we bring more masterful minds together. Who knows what we'll create and invent and see what blossoms. It's kind of beautiful. I've noticed recently as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bringing people together and creating together and like having that community and that tribe, I think is really important.
definitely. Especially now in like, I feel like I've noticed like, especially with social media, it's very individualistic sometimes,
Yeah.
and you can feel it like, okay, this person's just, they're doing their best on their own, but like, but there's so much more if more people come together. So it's
Yeah.
like, what's the potential? What can we do?
Yeah, for sure,
Because
for
we don't
sure.
know how much we can expand, right?
Yeah.
So,
And like if we're more collective in our culture and like
yeah,
bringing each other together and creating together, there's no limit to what could happen.
absolutely, yeah. And it's like, how much can we like? How much? How much can we make emotion in the ocean
Yeah.
to like make a big impact in the world?
Yeah.
So it's like we need both, but it's just at one point it's you find your path along the way, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the fact that it's such an individualistic culture right now, like we're all kind of separated in our little bubbles,
Yeah.
whereas if we come together,
We
I
can
think we could do a lot of great things.
definitely like definitely like maybe like if you come together, one person might find it impossible to just to do that project, but if you have more people together, you can, using different people from different skill sets and everything, you can make something amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
When's your next show, your next exhibition? Do you have it a date or?
I have two shows. This I'm going national, so I'm going to go to
Oh,
Edinburgh. My works are going to go to Edinburgh in June and in August for the Edinburgh Fringe the
Fringe
festival.
Festival.
Yeah,
Oh, that's really
I'm
cool.
excited because like this is outside of England, so this is a big step of mine.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, nervous, but this is a big step of what I wanted, what I envisioned myself in. The fact that I want to travel, show my art to people around the world. So I'm really blessed to have that
Yeah.
opportunity. So yeah,
That's really cool.
so I'm
Do you have
excited.
anything coming up in London?
I think I might have one at the end of the year to be it has to be confirmed. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
So I know there's definitely an exhibition coming in London. I just not sure yet, but definitely at the end of this year is coming up. But yeah.
I wish I went to your Mayfair one.
Oh yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
There's always next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right. I think that's where we're going to end it today.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
And let everyone know your socials so they
Yeah,
can
my
follow you.
socials everywhere. I'm Aysha Arts. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, literally, literally everywhere. And yeah, if you want, I'm open for creative projects or paid commissions. And like, if you want to support me, I have my originals and prints out too. It would mean a lot. And I hope you guys stay inspired.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.